Right, I've come up to Dartmoor again, just going to Great Staple Tor. It's by Princetown. It's one of my favourite tours on Dartmoor. It's not a massive tour, it's just got quite a lot of unique shaped stacks on it. It's really good for silhouetted shots at night, around sunset. I've been up here doing astrophotography before in the past. It's just a really cool tour really. It's used on the labels of Dartmoor Ale, Jail Ale, and some of their ales. There's 3 of them, and yeah, so you've probably seen it on that before if you like their drinks. It's probably my favourite part of the moor, to be honest, up here. You can see, you can't see it now, but just see the bottom of it. That's North Tor Hesse, which is the BBC kind of radio and TV mast that you can see from this part of the moors, looking down to Plymouth, which is kind of down that way. Right from the top of the Tor, you can actually look down a bit better down to the bridge. And this Tor here, I don't know how we can see it on the actual camera. It's up there. That's called Vixen Tor. That's made the press quite a few times. That's the only tour on Dartmoor, as far as I'm aware, that you're not actually allowed to go on because it's on private land. A lot of the tours are probably on private land, but most of the landowners are pretty nice people and let you on there. But there's been a big feud with her and the owner in the national park, and kind of ramblers and climbers and all kind of people like that really for years, with trying to get access to it. But every time you try and climb it, she calls the police. So if you've heard of Vixen Tor, that's the big one down there that you can see there, just at the end of my finger. The Tor's just at the top there now. You can't see it very well from here, but I'm making my way up. It was actually quite nice weather when I left home, but quite often when you get up towards Princetown, it does cloud over. The weather's pretty bad up here really, so probably going to try and do some long exposure photography and maybe a time lapse to get some movement in the clouds. I don't think it's going to be an amazing sunset, so we might not get too many colours, but I'll head up there now and we can see what we can get. Right, I'm up at the Tor now, just doing a time lapse. I've been up here before when the sky's been pretty overcast, and it actually came up really fiery about half an hour after sunset, so you never know, it might do the same. This is the Tor anyway. Like I say, it's got these awesome stacks on it. This one here reminds me of something from Predator or Aliens. It just the way it leans over, looks like it's got a big head on it. I've been up here at night before, and you come up, it is a bit spooky walking up to them. They do stand out quite a lot, they silhouette them quite a lot. So, and then of course you've got the other stack over there, which look like something else. I was speaking to other photographers up here before, and they got the same idea. They think it's something out of Predator or something. You can just see. Pick it up on the phone, but over there you can just probably make out the mast now. It's North Tor Hesse. Probably get quite nice pictures there because the clouds kind of surrounding it. Right, just talk about the settings on the Genie here. It's just doing a time lapse mainly for the clouds in the sky, so it's going to take a picture every 6 seconds. All I've got the camera on is aperture priority again, and f9, and just just F9 ISO of 160. That should give me enough leeway as it gets darker to keep on taking a quick enough picture. The problem you'll run into is if you're taking a picture and it's quite light and you start off with something that's you know, 100th of a second, and it starts getting darker, you might get into the point where it takes 2-3 seconds to take the image, and then if your time lapse only takes 5 seconds between each image, you get to a point where it's trying to take a picture while it's still processing the image. So I'm not going to be up here when it gets crazily dark, so at F9 I'm about halfway through the time lapse now, and it's about 1/3 of a second, so I've got plenty of leeway. It should be able to finish in time before it gets into the 3-4 second time frame where it's going to start causing issues. I've got the filter on just to try and add some more drama in the sky. It's a 0.9 soft grad filter, but you don't really need it. It's quite a balanced scene. You could probably do the same in Photoshop, to be honest, but because it is quite cloudy, anything you can do to add drama to it will help. Just heading back from the tour, my phone went flat in the end, which was a bit annoying. I wanted to do a bit more video towards the end. I managed to get up on top of the tour in the end and do some bits with the other camera, so I've got some video from that to stitch in, so it's not too bad. The sky actually went kind of grey and overcast in the end. There's no kind of interest or light, nice colours or anything. The sky kind of went a bit bad. The weather came in quite bad. It was very misty and damp up there. It might come out quite nice in a time lapse with it kind of all closing in. The only thing is I left the stabiliser on in the lens, which is a bit of a schoolboy error, so hopefully I'll be able to recover that. I might have to do a bit of warp stabilisation in After Effects with it, but it should make quite an interesting time lapse anyway. I have got quite a lot of pictures over the years I've taken up there. I've been up there quite a few times. Like I said, I quite like the tour itself, so I've got ones during quite strong sunrises. One up there about 6-7 months ago was quite fiery, so I've got that. I've got astrophotography stuff I've done there as well with time lapses and star trails, so I'll put those up so you can get a general idea of the kind of images you can get up there. Like I said, it's a lovely place. I mean, there's so much composition you can take with the tour up there, so it's definitely worth exploring. And also there's a lot of tours surrounding it which you can explore and get pictures down to Great Staple Tor as well from, so you can see you know, if you get any bad weather up there or closing in on mist or hill fog or anything like that. It's quite nice because you can kind of shoot it rolling over the tour itself then from distance. So like I say, definitely worth a visit. One of my favourite places on Dartmoor really. I'm going to head back now, stitch the images and see what I get, and like I say, I'll put quite a few up in the video, so hope you like them, and I'll see you soon.